They say history repeats itself, and the rise and fall of Julius Caesar, the legendary Roman general turned dictator, is a prime example of this. Born in 100 BC into a noble Roman family, Caesar was a man of remarkable leadership who was destined to change the course of Rome. His audacious military campaigns extended Rome's territory and earned him immense popularity, laying the groundwork for his rise to power. But with power came challenges, and Caesar's reign as dictator was marked by political turmoil and deep divisions within the Senate. His story is one that continues to captivate us, even after more than 2 millennia. It's a tale of ambition, power, betrayal, and the consequences of unchecked authority. So let's journey back in time to ancient Rome and explore the fascinating life of Julius Caesar, a man whose legacy continues to shape our world today. Join me today as we delve deep into the captivating story of one of history's most influential figures. Julius Caesar was born in 100 BC into a noble Roman family. From his early life, he was marked as a child of promise. He was intelligent, charismatic, and showed a natural inclination towards leadership. But it was his military prowess that truly set him apart. As a young man, he joined the Roman military, where he quickly rose through the ranks due to his strategic brilliance and courage in battle. The young Caesar served in several key campaigns, learning the art of war and honing his leadership skills. His victories on the battlefield, coupled with his natural charisma, won him not only the respect of his men, but also their unwavering loyalty. This loyalty would prove to be a crucial factor in his rise to power. In the tumultuous days of the Roman Republic, Caesar saw an opportunity for greatness. He was not content with the status quo. He had a vision for Rome, a vision of an empire that was not only militarily strong, but also socially just. His rise to power began in earnest when he formed a political alliance known as the First Triumvirate with Crassus, a wealthy Roman, and Pompey, a successful general. This alliance allowed him to climb the political ladder, eventually securing the position of consul, the highest political office in the Roman Republic. But his true power came from his military successes. Through a series of brilliantly executed campaigns, he expanded the Roman territory, conquering Gaul and winning the hearts of the Roman people. His victories brought immense wealth to Rome and its citizens, further increasing his popularity. But it was not just his military genius that contributed to his rise. Caesar was also a master strategist in the political arena. He knew how to manipulate the political landscape to his advantage, using his popularity with the people to counterbalance the mistrust and envy of the political elite. With each victory, his power grew, and so did his ambition. He was no longer content with being a general or a consul. He wanted more. He wanted to rule. This earned him immense popularity and the loyalty of his troops. But it was his audacious move in crossing the Rubicon River in 49 BC, defying the orders of the Senate, that marked a turning point in his political career. The Rubicon, a shallow river in northern Italy, held more than just its geographical significance. It was a boundary that no general was permitted to cross with an army, a law put in place to protect Rome from potential military dictatorships. However, Julius Caesar, fresh from his victories in Gaul, decided to cross this symbolic line, famously declaring, "The die is cast." This act was a public declaration of war against the Senate and his political enemies, notably his former ally, Pompey the Great. The civil war that ensued was brutal and bloody, a power struggle that saw brother fighting against brother, Roman against Roman. The war raged for 4 long years, with battles fought across the breadth of the Roman world, from Spain to Egypt. Throughout this conflict, Caesar demonstrated his military genius, winning a number of key battles. His victories not only solidified his power, but also won him the unwavering loyalty of his troops, a loyalty that would prove instrumental in his eventual rise to absolute power. This act sparked a civil war, pitting Caesar against his rival, Pompey the Great, and signaling the end of the Roman Republic. The crossing of the Rubicon, thus, stands as a pivotal moment in history, a bold decision that marked the beginning of the end of the Roman Republic and the dawn of an empire. Caesar emerged victorious, and in 45 BC, he assumed the title of Dictator Perpetuo, or Dictator in Perpetuity. This was a significant moment in Rome's history, marking the transition from a republic to an empire, with Caesar at its helm. As a dictator, Caesar was more than just a military leader. He was a visionary. He initiated a series of sweeping reforms aimed at improving the lives of Roman citizens. He redistributed land to the poor, reformed the Roman calendar to more accurately track the seasons, and expanded citizenship to people living in Rome's far-flung provinces. These measures were not only progressive, but also strategic, as they helped to consolidate his power by winning over the masses. But it wasn't all roses. Caesar's rule was also marked by controversy and conflict. His reforms, while popular with the common people, were not well received by the Roman elite. They viewed these changes as a direct threat to their privilege and power. Furthermore, his appointment as dictator in perpetuity was seen as a blatant disregard for the republican values that Rome was founded upon. This growing resentment among the senators was further fueled by Caesar's increasingly autocratic behavior. He began to bypass the Senate in decision-making, making proclamations without seeking their approval. He also filled the Senate with his allies, further tipping the balance of power in his favor. The Senate, once a symbol of Rome's democratic ideals, was now seen as a puppet of Caesar's dictatorship. The political divide within the Senate deepened, and whispers of conspiracy started to circulate. The senators, feeling their power and influence slipping away, began to plot against Caesar. Despite the mounting tension, Caesar remained seemingly oblivious to the danger. He dismissed his bodyguards and ignored warnings of betrayal. This would prove to be a fatal mistake, for as history would have it, the Ides of March was fast approaching. Caesar's rule as a dictator was a time of significant change for Rome. He transformed the Republic into an empire, implemented far-reaching reforms, and consolidated his power. Yet his growing power also fostered intense resentment among the political elite, leading to deep divisions within the Senate. Fearing Caesar's increasing authoritarianism, a group of senators conspired against him. These men, dubbing themselves the Liberators, were driven by a potent mix of fear and resentment. Caesar's unchecked power and his self-appointment as dictator for life had rattled the foundations of the Roman Republic, and these senators believed they were acting to restore the traditional political order. On the Ides of March, the 15th of March in 44 BC, their plot was set into motion. Caesar was assassinated in the Senate House by a group of about 60 conspirators, led by Brutus and Cassius. His last words, "Et tu, Brute," and "You, Brutus," have echoed through history, a poignant expression of betrayal. Yet the conspirators' hope for a restored republic was short-lived. The assassination sparked a power vacuum, leading to a period of brutal civil wars. Caesar's adopted heir, Octavian, rose to power, eventually becoming Augustus, the first Roman emperor. Thus, ironically, the attempt to save the Republic led to its final demise and the birth of the Roman Empire. In death, Caesar's influence only grew. His reforms, particularly the Julian calendar, are still in use today. His military strategies are studied in war colleges. His political life is a cautionary tale of power unchecked, and his assassination is a dramatic story of political intrigue and betrayal. Moreover, Caesar's legacy extends beyond his deeds. The title Caesar would become synonymous with power, morphing into Kaiser in German and Tsar in Russian. His name, thus, continues to symbolize absolute authority. In conclusion, Julius Caesar was a figure of immense influence, a military genius, a cunning politician, and a reformer. His rise and fall altered the course of history, marking the end of the Roman Republic and the dawn of the Roman Empire. Julius Caesar's assassination may have ended his life, but it ignited a series of political upheavals that would eventually lead Rome into an era of emperors. His legacy is one of both admiration and caution, showcasing the dangers that come with unchecked power. Julius Caesar, a name that echoes through the annals of history, stands as a testament to the dual nature of ambition and power. His meteoric rise from a nobleman to Rome's dictator perpetuo, his sweeping reforms that changed the face of Roman society, and his tragic end on the Ides of March all paint a picture of a man who dared to challenge the status quo. Yet, his story also serves as a stark reminder of the perils that accompany unchecked power and ambition. His assassination, a result of his growing authoritarianism, ignited political upheavals that forever altered the course of Roman history. These events remind us that power, when unchecked, can lead to downfall. Join me next time as we continue our exploration of history's most captivating figures. Remember, understanding the past helps us navigate the complexities of the present and future. Until then, stay curious, my friends.